My roommate told me I was decent backup material while drunk. I moved out the next morning. Now she's begging me to come back because her crush friend-zoned her. I, 24M, have been living with my roommate Sarah, 23F, for about 8 months. We started as just friends, but over time, we got really close. We'd cook together, binge watch shows, stay up talking until 3 a.m. about everything and nothing. I thought we had something special developing. About 2 months ago, things started getting more intimate. Not sexual, but we'd fall asleep on the couch together during movies. She'd grab my hand when we walked places, little touches here and there. I was head over heels, honestly. I'd never felt this comfortable with someone before. Last Friday night, Sarah came home absolutely wasted from a work happy hour. I was in the kitchen making late-night ramen when she stumbled in, mascara slightly smudged, rambling about her coworkers. She plopped down at our tiny dining table and started going on about this guy Marcus from her marketing team. God, he's so perfect, she slurred. Those eyes, that smile. He's everything I want in a guy. I kept stirring my noodles, trying to act normal even though hearing her gush about another guy felt like a punch to the gut. But then she said something that made my blood run cold. You know what's funny though? She looked right at me with those glassy, drunk eyes. You're like decent backup material. Like, if things don't work out with Marcus, at least I know you'd always be here. You're safe. Reliable. Not exciting, but safe. I stopped stirring. The kitchen went completely silent except for the bubbling pot. Backup material? I asked quietly. Yeah, she giggled like it was the funniest thing in the world. Like, you're cute and all, and we get along great, but Marcus is. He's the real deal, you know? The kind of guy girls actually dream about. You're more like comfort food. Always there when you need it, but not what you really crave. I turned off the stove. Dumped the ramen in the sink. Sarah, you're drunk. Go to bed. Aw, don't be mad, she said, reaching for my arm. I'm just being honest. Isn't honesty good? We're friends. Friends. Right. I helped her to her room, made sure she had water and aspirin on her nightstand, then went back to my room and stared at the ceiling until sunrise. Every word kept replaying in my head. Backup material. Safe. Not exciting. Comfort food. The next morning, while Sarah was sleeping off her hangover, I started packing. I'd been month to month on the lease anyway, and my buddy Jake had been looking for a roommate. I called him, explained I needed a place ASAP, and by noon I was loading my stuff into my car. I left a note on the kitchen counter. Hey Sarah, I found a new place. Rent's paid through the end of the month. Hope things work out with Marcus. Take care of yourself. That was it. No long explanation, no dramatic confrontation. I just left. My phone started blowing up around 2 p.m. Missed calls, frantic texts. Wait, where are you? Your room is empty. WTF happened? Please call me back, I'm freaking out. Did I do something wrong last night? I was so drunk I barely remember. I didn't respond. What was there to say? She'd been completely honest about how she saw me. I was just accepting that truth and acting accordingly. The calls and texts continued for 3 days. Each message getting more desperate, more confused. She apparently asked our mutual friends if they knew what happened, but I hadn't told anyone the real reason. Just said we needed different living situations. On Tuesday evening, I was settling into Jake's place, trying to focus on a work project, when there was pounding on the door. Jake answered it, and I heard Sarah's voice in the hallway, shaky and upset. Is he here? Please, I need to talk to him. Jake looked at me questioningly. I nodded and walked to the door. Sarah looked terrible. Her hair was in a messy bun, she was wearing an oversized hoodie and sweatpants, and her eyes were red and puffy. The moment she saw me, she started crying. Why did you leave? She sobbed. I don't understand what happened. Everything was fine and then you just disappeared. Everything was fine for you, I said quietly. Not for me. What do you mean? Did I say something? I was so drunk Friday night, I barely remember. You remember enough. She stared at me, and I could see the pieces slowly clicking together in her mind. Oh God, she whispered. What did I say? I didn't repeat her words. I didn't need to humiliate her or myself by rehashing it. It doesn't matter what you said. What matters is that you were honest about how you see me. And I'm okay with that, Sarah. I really am. But I'm not okay with being someone's backup plan while they chase after their first choice. But that's not. I didn't mean. She was crying harder now. Marcus friend-zoned me yesterday. He said he's getting back together with his ex. And all I could think about was coming home to you, and how you always make everything better, and how stupid I was too. To what? To tell the truth? I shook my head. Sarah, you weren't wrong. I probably am safe and reliable and not particularly exciting. But I deserve to be with someone who sees those as positives, not consolation prizes. I do see them as positives. I was drunk and stupid and honest. People say what they really think when they're drunk. She reached for my hands, but I stepped back. Please, she whispered. Come home. I miss you so much. These past few days without you have been hell. I can't eat, I can't sleep. I keep expecting to see you in the kitchen making your terrible coffee, or hear you laughing at some stupid video on your phone. I didn't realize how much you meant to me until you were gone. I meant enough to be your backup plan. That's not fair. Isn't it? I looked at her really carefully. Sarah, be honest with yourself. If Marcus had said yes when you made your move, would you be here right now? The silence stretched between us. Her face crumpled because we both knew the answer. I thought so, I said gently. Look, I don't hate you. I'm not even really angry anymore. But I can't go back to how things were, knowing that I'm only here because your first choice didn't want you. That's not fair to either of us. But what if? What if I really do want you? What if losing you made me realize that you're not my backup, you're my first choice? I felt my heart crack a little, because part of me wanted so badly to believe her. But I'd spent 3 days thinking about this, and I knew better. Maybe that's true, I said. Maybe losing me did make you realize something. But Sarah, I need to be with someone who knew I was their first choice before they had to lose me to figure it out. I need someone who looks at me the way you looked at Marcus when you talked about him. She was quiet for a long time, tears streaming down her face. So that's it? We're just done? We were never really anything to be done with, I said softly. That was the problem. I watched her walk away, and it hurt. It hurt like hell. But for the first time in months, I felt like I was being true to myself instead of just hoping someone would eventually see my worth. Jake closed the door behind me and handed me a beer without saying anything. Good roommate. My phone buzzed a few more times over the next couple of days, but the messages got shorter and less frequent. Sarah seemed to finally understand that I wasn't coming back. I'm not going to lie and say I'm completely over it. I still miss her laugh, and the way she'd steal bites of my food, and how she'd get excited about stupid reality TV shows. But I don't miss feeling like I was auditioning for a role in her life that I'd never actually get. I deserve someone who chooses me first, not someone who settles for me after their real choice falls through. And honestly, for the first time in a long time, I'm okay with being alone until I find that person. Some of my friends think I was too harsh, that people say stupid things when they're drunk and I should have given her another chance. But I don't think wanting to be someone's first choice makes me unreasonable. I think it makes me human. Update, it's been 2 weeks now, and I'm doing better. Started going to the gym with Jake, picked up the guitar I'd been neglecting, even went on a date with someone I met through a hiking group. Nothing serious, but it felt good to talk to someone who seemed genuinely interested in getting to know me. Sarah texted me once more last week, I hope you find someone who sees how amazing you are from the start. You deserve that. I think she finally gets it. And weirdly, that message meant more to me than all her desperate pleas for me to come back. It felt like she was finally seeing me as a person worthy of respect, not just someone whose feelings didn't matter as much as her own convenience. I'm not angry anymore. I'm just moving forward. And that feels pretty good.